Yeah, it's been 2 days since I healed this corn up, and it's been 3 days since I fertilized it, 2 days since I healed it. And the next time we got 8/10 of an inch of rain, and boy, its corn is starting to look pretty good. It's nice and green. This down here is really nice and green. Kind of odd why these 2 rows are behind this, and of course I know why these 2 rows here and this is doing better. It drained better, but this here, these 2 rows here should not have. I mean, they should have drained well themselves, but they behind, so maybe that'll make maybe not all this will come to get ready at once, and I won't have to work so hard. But it's looking pretty good. I'm proud of it. The squash over there is really growing, so is the cucumbers. It's kind of a yellow spot right in there on them cucumbers. I don't know what the deal is on that. Maybe they need more fertilizer. They all supposedly were fertilized the same. I run over with the cultivator and side dressed them all when they were little. But they may need a little more fertilizer thrown in there, and might do that here in a few days. Let this dry out some. It's awful wet in here now after 8/10, but garden's looking good. Old potatoes here, you can tell them boys are on their last leg. There's some of them vines in there is plumb dead. It wouldn't hurt to pull them up and grab a few taters out. I may do that, just see how good they'll do, but it's gonna dry out first. The grass is doing good over there. Grass is really doing good. Need to get some of that out of there. Well, I'll get that out when I plow the potatoes, and we'll pull the vines up and then get the middle buster and plow those potatoes, do a little bit at a time, and need to get them before they rot, but it gets too hot, they'll rot. But I've had that to happen in hot July. If I get too far along, and as they get ready, they'll start to rot. The ground will get too hot and they'll start to rot. But we'll see how the difference between the red potatoes and the white potatoes do. I'm really interesting to see. I may want to plant both varieties in the future, or go back to just one. And sweet potatoes, these are the sweet potatoes. They're starting to take hold pretty good. You don't harvest sweet potatoes till after the first frost, and kills the vines back. When that frost gets it, well, you want to dig the potatoes before the ground freezes. And they're coming along. So hopefully they'll make some good sweet potatoes. That ought to make me 100 pounds of sweet potatoes right there if they make it all. Or if they do if they make good, about 100 pounds of sweet potatoes. So we'll see. Well, the corn's starting to tassel a little bit. You can see in some of the down in here where it's starting to pop a few tassels out. But I'm also starting to get some issues with the bugs, worms eating my tassels up in the plants. You can see they've been eating there and there, and yeah, they've worked that leaf over pretty good. But they're eating up my tassels, and that's very important that these don't get ate up, because that's part of your reproduction, making them corn ears. So I'm gonna try to spray them a little bit today. I've got some solution fixed up, but yeah, they really working on some of these pretty hard, and that's, that is pretty small, don't really matter, but some of these are at the top and they're starting to produce. And if they worms eat this off, or bugs eats that tassel, then there's no way for that plant to fertilize the silk. No way to make it fertile. So we're going to spray this today. There's a ladybug down there. We'll get her too. But I think I seen a moth here a while ago. A little moth that lays the eggs and worms in there, because that's what it is. It's a moth laying them worms down in there and eating your tassels up. So I gotta try to nip this in the bud real quick. So I got me a spray fixed up. We're gonna see if we can get rid of that. Get rid of those boogers. Well, get ready. Do it to it. It's just I got just a pump up sprayer, and I've got it's just water and the chemical in there, and we'll just go through and spray all these plants as we go and try to knock that stuff back. Well, we got it all done. Got all 8 rows. Little worm killer on it. We'll see how it does. Put a little more, put some savage dust on the sweet potatoes up here. They were starting to get some kind of bug was eating on them pretty heavy. Had a lot of holes in them in the leaves, so I put a little savage dust on it. Put some more on this squash, just as a preventative measure. So we'll see how that does. Cucumbers are coming on. They're going to need the vines. They're going to need to be turned before long. Get them vines over in row. If not, they'll be running across over here to the corn before long. So need to do that before long. And beans are coming along pretty good. Some of them, what survived. But it's supposed to be a pinto bean. I guess we'll wait and see how they turn out. Now that right there ain't nothing but weed. Pull that sucker up. But it's making, maybe they'll make a few beans. We'll see. Don't have much hope for any of them, but maybe they'll make enough for a few seeds. Potatoes, they're coming on heavy. They're gonna need those red potatoes up there. I figure 2 weeks at best. And because you can see those vines are really starting to die. And so they're gonna need it for long.